And welcome back to What If, the week of What If, and our one-shot What If. And this comes to us from Sage Master, who asks, what if John Wick was in the Resident Evil franchise? Now, I chose this as the video because, to be honest, this isn't going to be like a story-driven What If, like a lot of these ones are. This is more kind of just like an explanation What If. Because that's the thing. Sometimes I can do a story, and sometimes, like, well, we'll do the best we can. And other times, just like, well, it's more like explaining, especially when it's a series that I'm not the most versed with, but I still take requests. By the way, anyone who has a good, then don't do it. Read more. Like, hey. I have many viewers who have many different fans or fandoms they like. Look at all the Ninjago. If you look at my comments, look at all the Ninjago requests I get. I'm not a big Ninjago fan. But I'll still do it because my fans want, or my viewers, my fans. I am so loved by all of you. No, my viewers want me to do it. So if I am butchering anything from Resident Evil lore or whatnot, I do apologize. But I am only human. But wait, I can at least go a little bit into the movies. I do remember some of those movies. I didn't really watch any of them that much. But wait, No, I take that back. I saw Resident Evil Extinction in the theaters. I saw that one. I think I have a review for that one too. But anyway, what if John Wick was in Resident Evil? So there's two ways to look at this: the games and the movies. Let's talk about the games first, which I've really never played any of them. And honestly, here's the thing. We kind of already have had like John Wick characters in the games. Maybe not to the same extent, like training or like a just sheer tenacity, but we have had that. What's like the main character from Resident Evil who showed up in Death Battle? He's kind of John Wicky in terms of what he's capable of doing. The only difference is John Wick constantly has usually a suit that's basically body armor on all the time. Well, not all the time, but most of the time. And he's mastered of pretty much any weapon he gets his hand on. And he's a crack shot. And it will kill you with just about anything. So what? His dog gets mutated and he goes out for revenge against the Umbrella Corporation. You killed my dog and you took my car. And so, yes, because we've had that, we can kind of gauge how John Wick could probably fare in this world. And honestly, it wouldn't be badly. He could probably take out hordes of zombies on his own without too much difficulty. It's when you go, I just did the Nemesis and Pyramid Head video. It's when you can even see a Nemesis right in the corner up there. It's when you get to like a Nemesis or something like that thing, or a Wesker, where John's probably not going to be doing very well because now he's very much out of his element. Against smaller, mainly like fast foes, those are just like people or bodies that he can put in the ground. Against more genetically diabolical individuals, super soldiers, or what was it, that vampire lady bug creature woman from like a Lady Dimma, whatever her name is. Don't roll for 34, kids. You'll grow up too fast. But yeah, he's not going to be able to fare as effectively against something like her or like a Wesker because they are so supernaturally enhanced. Plus, the added technology in that world would be both a boon because he would have access to stuff like that, but also would be problematic because it's just not something he's really like the laser grid cage or whatever. Not like something he's capable of dealing with. However, there is the other question of, could John Wick become like a Wesker type character? Could he become enhanced? Well, I mean, we get Alice, we get Wesker, we have, again, I'll just call her Lady D, I guess I'll call her, because I really can't pronounce, hold on, you know what, I will at least look up her name so I'm not butchering it. Let's see here, right there, probably because I've been looking up Resident Evil stuff, it just came up, Dimis, can I get like a pronunciation on this? How to pronounce? Yeah, I'm going to look up how to pronounce. Pronunciation. Oh, there it is. Pronunciation. All right. Lady, how to pronounce. Stop giving me a YouTube video. I don't want a YouTube video. I want someone spelling it out like you would naturally. You sons of... Oh, here we go. Dimitrescu? Demistrescu, I'll say Demistrescu. There aren't a lot of super. Yeah, Alice and Wesker, sure, but there aren't a lot of true super soldiers in Resident Evil because most of them mutated, and that's where the whole zombie shit happened from. You have a couple, definitely. Even Wesker though has issues. Like, I think he burned, and some of them he's weakened or he burns out quick or whatever. But it's still one of those things that if in theory you were to take John and then add super soldier levels, like an Alice or a Wesker or something like that, well, then at that point he's now the most unstoppable mother in that entire series. Especially if you put him on a Wesker level. If you put him on a Wesker level who can literally almost disappear instantly, move that fast, has enhanced regenerative speed, durability, strength, you do that to John in the Resident John, he's going to floor the entirety of that world. Again, vampire bug lady aside. And even then, she lost. So, take that for what that's worth. In the game, if you were to throw him in the games, he'd probably be extremely effective in the game's story, in the world. If you throw him in the movies, that becomes a little trickier. And you'd think it wouldn't, because the movies always have to kind of ground based on no one in the MCU or the DCEU, or DC, we're going to get DCU soon. I don't know, we haven't seen those yet. But no one in those movies are anywhere near close, not even a 10% level of strength to where they are in the actual comics. Even Scarlet Witch is not as strong by a large margin as she is in the comics. The Infinity Stones aren't even as really strong as they are in the comics. So, yeah, nothing in the movies is really as strong as they are in the comics by a long margin. Same in video games and adaptations. Everything in the movies isn't really as strong, but because those worlds are at least a bit more grounded at that point comparatively, because they aren't as strong, that makes it a bit both easier for Wick to survive, and it actually poses new challenges for him. Because we can actually kind of gauge how he would really work in this world, whereas we'd have to make assumptions based on a world that actually has all this supernatural stuff and tech and whatnot. And in this world, I think Joe would still fare well in this world. Now, I know the Michelle Rodriguez character, for example, got enhanced in one of the movies and nearly killed, broke rib cages and stopped hearts with a punch. Unfortunately, John, as strong as he is, would not be able to survive something like that, even with his armor on. Alice was able to survive it, but barely because she's also enhanced. And again, Wesker is still just too much for someone like John. So I think he'd be a great ally as long as he knows when not to, which opponents he can go up against and which opponents he cannot go up against. And John's a smart guy. He will not immediately get into a fight with someone without knowing how to kind of come at them. He will fight just about anyone, but there are individuals who can go toe-to-toe with him. Or in the third one, the guy in the library who was a giant pretty much. And he struggled because of just his sheer size, but he ultimately overcame and he broke his neck. John, I think, would ultimately do very well in the Resident Evil franchise, provided he is either a super soldier, which is possible, or he just knows to pick his battles properly. Because again, if he goes up against someone that he shouldn't, a Wesker Nemesis-type character, Lady, getting the name back up here, Lady Dimitrescu. Vampire Bug Lady. If he goes up against them, he's not going to have a very good time. However, if he's just mowing down hordes of zombies, soldiers, whatever, he could definitely handle himself in that world. So if he's in Resident Evil, then yeah, I think John would be a good fit into a Resident Evil world overall. For a few circumstances notwithstanding. This is, though, just my opinion. What do you think what it would be like if John Wick was in Resident Evil? Let me know in the comments below. But until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you folks next time.